Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 9th. We are going to jump right in here, Gemini, and we're going to take a look at your general energies in this first row. And damn, I love this card. It says serendipity on it. It says bring new perspectives. What does it say? Bright new prospects are on your horizons. I'm losing my mind today, Gemini, but let's see here. So you have the Knight of Cups, Three of Wands, literally something on the horizon, something coming in the future, in the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like there's a very positive change coming in for you. Obviously, you need to get out of your head with that Nine of Swords here. Like, it could be love coming in for you. Whenever I see stuff like this, where that looks really good, but then you have the Nine of Swords, it's kind of like maybe you're thinking too much about something from the past or some sort of heartbreak that you've experienced. And what's funny is you have this card here that says something from your past will resurface. It's okay to revisit. I'm not suggesting, I don't think you are going back to the past here. That's not what I'm getting. But I do feel, again, Mercury retrograde, you could totally have a person coming back from your past. I don't think you're going back to them. You might just be revisiting the situation and thinking about it, processing it, something along those lines. And again, it could be to clear out this energy is kind of what I'm getting. But I feel like there are a lot of lucky moments coming in for you. But you need to take advantage of these lucky moments. I think this is true for a lot of people right now, but definitely you because it's showing up in your reading. There could be some opportunities that present themselves, but if you second guess it, then it's not going to work out for you. Again, I think what people need to realize about right now is that there could be a lot of those moments where something happens, you're like, that was too easy. And so you're second guessing it and you're not accepting the gift of the universe, right? So I really feel there's a very strong need for us to, if we get presented with something that we asked the universe for, that we don't question it, that we don't second guess it. You have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So there definitely could be a Knight of Cups coming in for you, like a knight in shining armor, especially if you're looking for love. Some of you could be worried about love, though. But again, I think as long as you let these fears go, things will go well for you. I also feel you're for those of you that do have a person coming back from the past, you could have originally seen them as your Knight of Cups or your happily ever after, or someone that you would be with for a very long time. And you have the Wheel of Fortune here, though. Wheel of Fortune is one of the only cards in the tarot that I consider to be an ex coming back card. But again, it does not say, I'm a big fan, as I always say, no need to leave a comment about not wanting your ex back, because trust me, don't take your ex back. I fully support your decision. That's why I don't do ex back readings like everyone else, because I don't think we should go back to the past, plain and simple. In the Wheel of Fortune especially, it's like a never-ending story. Nine of Swords is having a nightmare, waking up, being stuck in a nightmare. Wheel of Fortune, good card, but it's like a circle. You're just repeating a circle here. So I would be careful of that, but I do feel that there are kind of more lucky opportunities. And what I was going to say is I feel like you're seeing something from a different perspective, or just it's the word that I was getting is you're seeing something from a different light. And so it's maybe the truth has come out about a past situation and it's been exposed, or you're seeing something about a past person. I feel like this person confused you, Gemini. So, I would be very careful. I feel like they are confused and they just confuse other people. I feel like they project their BS on everyone else. So I would be careful of that if this is a person. As far as opportunities are concerned, I feel there are little opportunities that are coming in for you. Don't question it. Don't second guess it. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is what are you waiting for? Three of Wands is my card of waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I feel there are opportunities for you to grow your business or for you to change your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune, but you have to, kind of move towards these opportunities. I feel like you have to kind of take advantage of these things. And again, I do feel there could be new love here. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Star. Love it. Definitely could be healing from the past. So I feel you could be healing. But I also feel there's something that is increasing your faith this week. I feel like it's almost like something is making you feel really good and making you feel like you're moving in the right direction. It might sound like something small, but I kind of feel some of you are getting some confirmation that you're on the right path. Like if you're starting a business, maybe you're making a little bit of money, or if it's love, maybe you meet a person, or whatever the case may be. And I feel this is saying keep following this, these good feelings, whatever's happening. With the Three of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. I literally am hearing if you build it, they will come. Those are the words that are popping into my head. The Three of Wands I'm seeing as something that you want to create in your life. Could be a new career, new business, Maybe you want to write a book or literally build something. And I am literally hearing, if you build it, they will come. There you go. There's nothing else that's popping into my head there. With the Wheel of Fortune, this will lead to a turnaround. You have these Six of Cups. Definitely could be a person from the past. I see that, but again, I don't want to dwell on that. I think there are much bigger things happening if this wants to focus Gemini. Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. Usually with the Six of Cups, the gift we receive is forward movement. Before getting the Six of Cups, maybe you've been trying to do something like building a business or whatever. Maybe it hasn't been working. When you get the Six of Cups, you can finally start moving forward again. So I feel there's like forward progress with that right there. Next, in the area of what you need to know right now, you have this crow spirit. It says co-create with spirit. And you also have the starfish. It says open up to infinite possibilities. Again, it's like the universe is bringing you the signs, the symbols, the situations, the experiences that you need at this time. I think to work with spirit, you just have to move in that direction. Again, I think too many of us are too stuck in the real world, right? We have to break out of the matrix and kind of do things that we actually want to do. The matrix is, go get a job, get a career, sit in traffic for 2 hours a day, blah, blah, blah. When really deep down inside, maybe you want to read tarot or maybe you want to, start a business or write a book or whatever. So I kind of feel like this is you breaking free from that, breaking free from, the living a conventional life. And I do feel here, Gemini, that some of you are kind of moving towards things that are unconventional, which, trust me, Pluto and Aquarius, they are going to become more conventional. So the things that were unconventional. Does that make sense? I don't know. But I don't know. I think you get what I'm saying here. Here, Gemini. I just said Aquarius, Gemini, but I think I was saying with the Aquarius energy. You have the Nine of Swords, Justice card, and the Hermit. I do feel like some of you are like hoping to see someone get their karma with the Justice card. As I always say, if you're watching for karma, the person isn't going to get it because you're not trusting the universe is going to bring it to them. So I just wouldn't even look at it, but I do feel there's justice coming in for you. It's like things are being balanced out behind the scenes. I do see here that some of you could still be just like holding on a little bit to something from the past. Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, keeping you like a little bit stuck. It could have been with a Virgo, a fire sign, could have been a water sign as well. But, I feel like there's a need to kind of like set yourself free just so you can get out of this energy. Even if we go this way, it's kind of like needing to forgive the past, Three of Swords, so that you can find fulfillment, Nine of Cups. So you have to kind of get out of this energy. Nine of Swords, again, is having a nightmare, waking up and kind of still being in a nightmare. Sometimes I look at the Nine of Swords, as I'm like I said, I still have like a little bit of a fever. I had like the flu or something, and I'm still a little bit loopy at the moment, Gemini, so bear with me. But what I would say here is that I feel the Nine of Swords is kind of like when you're a child and your mother says, don't touch the stove, and you touch the stove and you burn yourself. The Nine of Swords to me would be like touching it again. So again, don't touch the stove again. If you got burnt once, I think that's enough. For some of you, I feel like you got burnt twice here already, and it's like, do you really need to do it again? This could be with a person. It could also just be with something that isn't working out in your life, just in general. I always tell the story. It's like, not to go on and on and on about this, but it's like, with this channel, for example, I could have grown it so much faster, but I was working on another business when I started this channel that I really wanted to be successful. But looking back, why? It wasn't, my heart wasn't in it. I didn't really want to do it. My heart was in this, right? But for whatever reason, it's like I felt like I needed to do the other thing, right? And it slowed me down. It slowed this channel's growth down for the first 4 years of the channel at least. So, I kind of get that here, where it's like maybe there's something that just isn't working. There's something that just, and I kind of feel like you have two things, and then maybe there's something else that your heart really belongs to. And I feel like this reading is kind of encouraging you to move in that direction. You have the Hermit. So again, I feel like you've been through like a dark night of the soul. Now you're ready to shine your inner light. A lot of people are shining their light, again, because of the Aquarius energy that we're stepping into. I think a lot of us could be, doing things to inspire people, all that other good stuff. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. Maybe I kind of feel like you actually see things very clearly now. The Queen of Swords, she has her back to the past on a traditional Queen of Swords. So, here, maybe there was something that was wish fulfillment, and now you're more focused on the future. So I do kind of like that. With the Justice card, you have the Eight of Wands. I think as long as you're paying attention to justice, then things will be moving forward very, very quickly for you. Justice is cause and effect. And I keep telling people that for the next, at least I would say the rest of your life, honestly, Because again, but by the time this doesn't matter, we'll all be dead. But what I would say is efficiency. I think this is a critical message for everyone, that if we pay attention to the things that work in life, then things are going to be smooth sailing. If we try to force things to work, it's just not going to work, plain and simple. And so I would be, in all areas of your life, I would be looking to be efficient, and I would also be looking at the things that work, and I would be doubling down on those things. It'll just lead to more success, plain and simple. With the Hermit, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it could have been like inconsistent energy from a person in the past. I do feel like you're not talking to this person, whatever the case may be. Maybe they were a player or playette. Maybe they were a liar. I don't know. But I feel like you're just not even worth mentioning. I feel like you're moving on from it, just in general. In the area of the unexpected, you have this beauty card. It says, somehow your looks will boost your earning power. It also says your inner world must match your outer world for things to change. 9 of Cups. Literally, the 9 of Cups. We'll talk about this in a minute. 9 of Cups totally represents that. And you also have this card that says something from your past will resurface. It's okay to revisit it. I don't think you're going back to the past. I do think that if someone comes back from your past, that you could give them a piece of your mind. You could just be forgiving this situation with the 3 of Swords showing up here. I don't really feel anything all that unexpected coming in for you, by the way. So again, I don't try to force readings to fit certain narratives if they don't. So if I don't feel like there's something unexpected, even though this is called the unexpected, I'm going to say it's not unexpected. So, it's like maybe you can kind of sense that a person would come back. Maybe it's a little surprising if they do come back, but again, at the same time, I think it's not totally like unexpected or anything like that. What I do think is also slightly unexpected, and we always have focus issues, only with you, Gemini. So I don't know what that means. Maybe you need to focus, but what I do think is unexpected is, I don't think this has to do with beauty necessarily, but you might be changing your appearance. You might be wearing different clothing. You might be changing the colors of the clothes that you wear or something like that. And again, I do feel that it could make you feel more powerful. Again, you could be doing things to increase your confidence, and I think that's always a good idea. You have the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands here. 2 sevens is internal fears that don't exist. And what I would say here is that the 3 of Swords is about forgiveness. You don't have to forgive the person. You just have to pull those swords right out of your heart. So forgiveness, again, you don't have to say anything to them or anything. You're forgiving them in your heart. You're not necessarily forgiving them directly, right? And so I feel when we do that, we remove those swords from our heart and we set ourselves free. So I do feel that some of you are kind of working on forgiveness or forgiving the past. If they do pop back up, it could kind of trigger some stuff here. I do see you potentially kind of, I don't know why I see this, but if this is a person, I see this 7 of Wands as you kind of giving a person like a piece of your mind. Like I feel like you're saying, going off. Let's just put it that way. So you might be doing that. 7 of Wands is a great card, though. I love the 7 of Wands because it's a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is for you, then it's for you. It's a card of commitment, but it's like committing to your own beliefs. And again, I feel like you're sticking up for yourself here. Again, this person could have brought confusion to your life. For others, again, we have that beauty card, which is talking about your appearance. And I do feel like you could be making, it's not like you're making changes to your appearance, but I do think you could be, changing the way you dress or kind of trying to see, 7 of Cups is like being spoiled for choice, having options. So I feel like you have a lot of options in the things that you do, and these things could be making you feel more confident. It could be like the way that you smell as well. Maybe you're changing your soap, or maybe you're wearing cologne or perfume or something like that. I don't know. It's popping into my head with that card, and it's like maybe this is something new for you, but again, it could be something that increases your confidence. And again, I am all about doing whatever you can do to increase your confidence. I definitely think people should do it. With the 7 of Cups, you have the 7 of Wands, so 2 sevens. Again, internal fears don't exist. I do feel some of you might be wondering, like, what's on the other side of a relationship if you leave this completely behind? And so, I would be careful of that. I would also be careful of, like, sometimes I think it's like maybe a part of us wants a person to come back, right? If we go through an experience and maybe we say to ourselves, like, oh, if this person comes back, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. I'm going to really tell them. But it's like, why are you doing it in the first place, right? If you need to tell a person off, why are you telling them off? Is it because you hope that by telling them off that they'll change? And the answer is probably yes, Gemini. I'm not calling you out, although I am. So it's like, will you really need to do it? Or could you just skip it, right? I don't know. With the 3 of Swords, you have the Devil. Again, this person was a devil. I don't know. It's kind of funny because for some of you, this person's popping into my head. I don't necessarily think they're a bad person. Maybe they weren't a bad person. Maybe they just had maybe it's how they were raised, or maybe they have toxic traits, or and again, maybe it's not really their fault. Of course, I think if you're an adult, it is your fault. But what I would say is, their fault is what I meant to say. But, again, I feel like you should avoid this. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is what you need to commit to, is your own Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a tree of life. It's kind of like what you see as the perfect ultimate version of your life. And that's what I'd be focusing on if I were you, is just like your dream life, or whatever you see as building and leaving a legacy. It's different for all of us. That's what I'd be doing. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card that says step into your power. Again, I feel a lot of you with the Seven of Wands twice are kind of stepping into your power. You have the Temperance card, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, like that card says, your inner world must match your outer world for things to change. So the Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy. It is about being something, or being in the energy of something that you want before you can have it. So if you want love, you have to be in love first. And people always say, Chris, how is that possible? And I always say, hey, go love a dog, go love a cat, go do something that you love, go put energy into something that makes you feel love. If you want abundance, same thing, go do something that makes you feel abundant. Doesn't even have to cost money, right? And the more that you do that, the more likely it is that you're going to get the thing that you want. You have the Eight of Swords here, feeling a little stuck. I feel like, things aren't perfect, Mercury retrograde, stuff like that. I don't even think this is that big of a deal, but I do feel this is like your future self saying, like, it's like there could be like a lot more accomplishments at this time. I feel there could be a lot more that you can accomplish. So if you have any ideas that you're hesitating on, I think that's exactly what you need to be doing. That's what's popping into my head. Like if you think, oh, I should start this website, or I should start this business. Yes, you should. And maybe you're hesitating, but it's almost like the hesitation is confirmation from the universe that you should move in that direction. You have the Temperance card. I feel like you're going through like a deep personal transformation, and I really feel some of you have been through something significant as far as a loss is concerned. For most of you, I feel it's a relationship, but it doesn't have to be. And I feel this is really kind of, it's like changed your vision is what I feel. Those are the words that are popping to my head. It's like changed in a good way. It's like I feel like it's made you say like, oh, this is what I deserve. I should be fighting for something better. I feel you're much more sure of yourself as well. I don't know. It feels good. Yeah, look at this. With the Temperance card, you have the Wheel of Fortune in your first row, and you have it in your last row. So there's kind of like some sort of positive, lucky change coming in for you, or very fortunate change, very fortunate transformation happening here. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles is basically wanting to do something, but feeling like you don't have the resources necessary to do it. The Queen of Pentacles is resourceful. So is the Temperance card as well. So I feel like you need to kind of realize that you're not going to have everything you need. Again, I tell this to everyone. If we want to do something right now, this is true for everybody. If we want to do something, we are not going to have what we need to do it. That does not mean that we shouldn't do it. It means we should do it times 10. Because if you find a way, where there's a will, there's a way. If you find a way, you will be 20 times more successful than you would have been if you had the resources to do it in the first place. So that's why I keep encouraging people to like get moving, because I see a lot of success for everyone if they put in the work. And that is the key word there. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Success, abundance. I really feel you're focused on yourself at this time in a good way, Gemini. It's not like I don't see you being like, oh, I'm cutting everyone out. I'm not talking to anyone. That's not what I'm getting here. I feel like you're just being more confident, working on your confidence, working on like being more bold, more assertive, and like all that other stuff. So I feel like you're very focused with this energy. You have the Star card. It says guaranteed success. There you go. You have the Star card basically 3 times. You have the Star card, the Starfish Spirit, and the Star card in this deck. So love it. You have this Dark Man card. It says dealings with relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. It doesn't matter what the gender is. It could be any gender. It says discord among family or friends. Again, I do feel like if you're dealing with a person, it could be this person right here, and maybe they have family issues or things like that that are distracting them. You have this Well card. It says family wishes come true. So I feel like these are your own personal wishes. I feel like there's just like, it's almost like you're understanding your place in the world. And didn't I say this to you recently, Gemini? It's almost as if like you're up here, and it's like there are people in your life who are down here. And again, I'm not making a statement saying all these people are worth less or anything like that. I'm just saying it's like vibrationally, I feel like you're up here, other people are here. It's like you're trying to find your level, is how I see this. But I feel like you are finding your vibrational match, right? And again, this isn't a judge. Someone always comes at me. They're like, "How dare you say that about people?" I'm like, "Well, it's like, okay, it's like it's not a judgment thing. Some people are at a certain level. That's just where they are. That's what they have to learn. But we don't have to lower ourselves to their level. Plain and simple. As I lower myself to your level. Seahorse. You have the seahorse. It says family matters. Clearly, there's something going on with family here. And you have this November card and this love card. I feel like some of you maybe either met a person in November or maybe you kind of developed a crush on a person back in November of 2023. Sorry, I have something in my eye now. I don't think you're waiting until November. Let's see what this card says. Yeah, you have this August card as well. So, yeah, I mean, it could be like true love could be coming in for you like between August and November of this year, 2023. Of course, to me, I don't trust psychic timing at all. To me, things happen whenever they're supposed to happen, right? Universe doesn't wear a watch. But thank you for being here, Gemini. This looks pretty good. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.